Hi Stuart.
Hiya.
Well, I'd like to ask you how you got to own your own salon in Covent Garden.
Okay.
Tell us about your background.
Well, I started off at Vidal Sassoon. I was there for 4 years as a junior apprentice. It's very hard, big struggle, because they were like the army. It's Vidal Sassoon.
Yeah.
Once I qualified there, I then worked in Australia for 3 years, and I worked with MTV. I went around the country doing fashion shows and hair shows and televised, and I thought, well, it's amazing. If I can do it there, they can do it in London as well. And then when I got home, my father basically said to me, I'll help you out with a salon. So the Stuart Phillips salon was born in Covent Garden. To begin with, all I wanted was a successful hair salon in London, in Covent Garden. That's all I wanted. And then when that came quite quickly, when I mean by successful, I mean customers coming in, loving what they could see and coming back again, loving the hairstyles, loving the salon. So that for me, that was done quite quickly. Then I thought, well, what's the next level now of hair? Do I open another salon or do I stay in one place? So I decided to just keep one salon as a flagship and do a really good job at it. And then I'm great with PR. It's all about PR at the end of the day. And I came up with amazing PR stunts. Like if a customer catches me in the same outfit twice, they receive a free haircut. And I took it to a hair magazine where I was photographed in about 20 outfits, and they loved it. They gave me a 2-page spread, but it was just a hair magazine to start with, which is still good, isn't it? It's still good. And then it went a little bit higher into New Woman magazine, and then Cosmopolitan did a little bit. Then ITV1 phoned me up. There wasn't ITV2 then. And they said to me, they'd like to do a show on you. So I was on ITV1 at 10 o'clock at night called The Truth About Men. And so I thought, if PR can do that, what's the next thing in store for me? I dreamt of diamonds. That was the next big thing. I woke up thinking, what can I do with diamonds? I ended up putting £1 million of diamonds into Serena Williams' hair, the tennis player. I created the most expensive hair up in the world.
How do you get, real diamonds?
Real diamonds. We borrowed them from Dunstan Rock Diamonds in Knightsbridge in London. Okay. And we had two security men with a bag full of diamonds.
Oh my goodness.
What I did, I glued the diamonds onto hair slides. Yeah. I pre-made a hairpiece for Serena, blow-dried her hair, put the hairpiece in. Then I slid the hair slides into the hair. And then I created some design of diamonds. I mean, I've never done it before. It could have been disastrous, but it was actually pretty good.
It was a great PR.
She loved it. Serena loved her hair. Yeah. She loved her hair. And then different things branched off from the diamonds. Yeah. Then I became the world's most expensive hair cutter.
Now tell us about that, because I've read that you charged £20,000 for a haircut.
We have charged up to £20,000.
Okay.
Yeah, it starts at £8,000, and what you get for £8,000, apart from a haircut, of course, you can have your own pop concert, rock band, your own chef, your own butler, your own this, your own that. I mean, it's vast. In the salon, and the 20,001 was that very, very big package. They had 2 rock bands, 1 pop solo artist singer. We had a chef that did cook for them. We had a personal shopper that came to the salon, took photographs of them, went away, brought loads of samples back. They picked certain samples. They went out. They bought the clothes. Wow. They took them to the hotel. Then they chose which clothes they wanted later.
We can't say who this is.
We can't say because obviously it's personal, but it was one of the Russian oligarchs' girlfriends.
Okay.
So
they're quite extravagant, aren't they?
Well, the Russians are anyway.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
I mean, the most extravagant hair we'd ever did for a guy was he spoke no English, which made it even more interesting. His PA phoned me up from Russia and said that this guy's coming over. He wants his hair cut by you, and he wants 8 girl dancers to dance around the chair with Latino music in like miniskirts. And I thought, okay, not bad. So we did that. We put that on for him, and he paid $20,000 for it.
So that is the £20,000 haircut.
Well, that's one of the 20,000. We've done a few of them. Yeah.
Because when you kind of read that and you think, what distinguishes a haircut? It's more.
Well, there's only so much a haircut can be worth, obviously. Yeah. I normally charge £200 in the salon for a haircut, and with that you get like 20-minute lifestyle hair consultation. We talk about your face shape, bone structure, body type, personality to get the perfect haircut. Yeah, and then they go and they lie down for about 15 minutes on their own bed. And they have a massage, a shiatsu and acupressure combined massage. Then I spend a good hour cutting it. So it's like a 2-hour appointment. Yeah. And then when they come back next, it's an hour appointment when they come back the next time. The services that we offer is very vast, very unique, and it's very personalised.
Very unique. I've not heard that. So you've got within your clients, you have some well-known names. For instance, I've got down here Ivana Trump, Jonathan Ross, Ronnie Woods, Jamie.
Done your homework. You've done your homework.
Can you tell us about some of those experiences and why, also some of the friendships that you probably built up from, because being a hairdresser is very
absolutely. Listen, all hairdressers become friends with their customers.
You know all their secrets, don't you?
Well, it's not even about secrets. You do become friends with them at the end of the day. I'll give you an example. I'm doing a haircut one day, and I never get starstruck. I don't need to, because I see enough of them around here. And I saw Jean-Claude Van Damme walk past my salon. And I used to be, I'm a fighter, by the way. I'm a martial artist, etc. So I've always looked up at people like him. So I basically chased him down the road. I got him to come in, gave him a free haircut. Then 3 months later, I was in Africa with him on a movie set, doing his hair for 3 months. Wow. So life can take you all sorts of places. That
is being a real opportunist, isn't it? I mean, that's a lot of people see famous people and they're too scared to say hello, ask their autograph, but running down the street.
It's impersonal. The only reason I did that was because he was like my childhood hero. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't even think about it. I just did it. Yeah. My legs walked me out the salon. I didn't even think about what I was doing. Yeah. And I just asked him. I wasn't embarrassed. I wasn't nervous. I said, Jean-Claude, I'm Stuart Phillips, blah, 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 blah. And he said to me, I'll think about it. So he came back within an hour and I cut his hair. Got on with him like a house on fire. Wow. And then within 3 months later, living in Africa, doing hair on a movie set.
Amazing. So
that was one experience.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us about anyone else in particular that you enjoyed cutting their hair?
Most of them was X-rated. Have you heard of Bridget Nielsen?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I'm old enough to remember.
Well, it's kind of funny because I was doing the hair for the British Comedy Awards. Okay, I do a lot of the award ceremonies, by the way. Yeah. And she's the most funniest thing I've ever seen. She walks in. Remember, she's about 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
She walks in to a Sun newspaper photo shoot, and the photographer's even taller than her. He's about 7 foot. It's like, whoa. Anyway, the first thing she does is get on her hands and knees, gets her perfume out, sprays it on his area down there, and said, "Explain that to your wife, darling." And that's the first time I met her, and I thought, my God, goodness. She's quite funny. She's quite mad.
Yeah, gosh.
And that's for the British Comedy Awards.
Okay.
She was one of the guest appearances.
Yeah. So
handing out an award.
You've been the official BAFTA Awards hairstylist as well.
I was official hairdresser to BAFTAs for 3 years. Yeah. To the television awards. Yeah.
Yeah, and you've also done Torvill and Dean's hair for Dancing on Ice.
I looked after Dancing on Ice 2 for ITV.
Yeah.
The hair, of course.
Yeah.
Which is the hardest thing I've ever done, by the way. Yeah. You try. There's one dance scene where Chris picks up James Orville and wheelbarrows her hair into the ice. Now, the criteria was the hair grits must not come out of the hair, because if they do and they roll a blade over it, they'll go flying over. Yeah. They'll hit the head. I mean, it's bad, and this was the hardest thing that we've ever done, trying to perform this. But the grips, and also we had to do an area of the head that would have a gap, so when we wheelbarrowed her, it wouldn't ruin the hairstyle.
Gosh.
Now that is difficult. Yeah, it's probably about the hardest thing that we've done, me and my team.
So some of the other slightly crazy things you've done.
And that wasn't crazy enough.
Slightly crazy. But I think what you're doing is you're building a little niche for being this sort of David Blaine of the hairdressing world. Would you say?
That's kind of accurate. Yeah.
Jumping out of aeroplanes and.
Yeah,
Tell me about that.
Who would jump out of an aeroplane putting hair up? Yeah. Well, my next big venture is to go to Barcelona, because you don't have to wear crash helmets. And I've spoken to the ex-Barcelona skydiving champion, and she's quite willing to jump out of an aeroplane with me in tandem. As we're free falling at 140 miles an hour, I'm going to be tempted to put a hair up, the fastest hair up in the world at free falling.
Wow.
So that's kind of David Blaney, I suppose, isn't it?
That kind of, yeah. I mean, I think once you've done one or two things like that, people are going to know you for. And you certainly have You certainly.
It's not that hairdressing's boring on its own, but.
Yeah. So I would say that you're not only a pleasure seeker, but you're a bit of a thrill seeker as well.
Yes.
You're taking. Okay, so, I'd like to also talk about what is coming up for you as well, and also maybe talk about what the trends are as well in hair, because I know you're now officially the OK Magazine hairdresser, where you're doing some columns on. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. It's online. It's OK Online, which I think is kind of good because it gets around the world a lot quicker. I talk about different celebrities. I talk about their face shape, their bone structure, what I do that's different to how their hair is at the moment. I agree with some of them, I disagree with others, as in if I don't like a haircut, I'll put I don't like the haircut, and I'll explain why and what haircut they should have. Yeah.
Okay.
Then at the end, I talk about every face shape going, and I talk about if, for example, you want hair like, I don't know, Miley Cyrus, for example. A lot of people wouldn't because it's quite crazy at the moment. But if you did, and you had a square shaped face, how it would suit that haircut she has now and the adjustments you make with square, round, oblong, etc., etc. So it's very technical what I do.
What motivates you? And you're so good at PR. You promote yourself on social media so well. You've got a huge fan base, a YouTube channel. Can you tell us about what motivates you?
I motivate myself. It's my self-confidence.
Okay.
I have what I call a think tank at home, where I'll spend Tuesday morning at home with my feet up, thinking about unique ideas to promote myself. Different, unusual, to get noticed. And I come out with all these crazy things. I mean, sometimes weeks can go by and not a thing. Other weeks I come up with a great idea, like the diamond thing, Serena Williams. You know, that I motivate myself, you know, which is kind of unusual, isn't it?
So Stuart, would you like to tell us what your PS is? Something that we don't know about you.
Okay, I used to be a 16 stone semi-professional bodybuilder.
Wow. So, how 16 stone, and how much do you weigh now?
Just under 12 stone now.
Wow. So presumably you couldn't really keep all that. Couldn't keep that going while running a business as well. It's quite a commitment, isn't it?
Correct. That's why I stopped. Yes.
Wow. Well, Stuart, thank you so much for inviting us into your salon today.
It's a pleasure. Excuse the pun.
Thank you so much.